What is up, my WAP movie realists? We are back for another real review, and today I'm here to talk to you about what was maybe kind of one of the most anticipated films of the summer movie season. I know I did it a little bit at least, and that is none other than Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. The follow up to the Matt Reeves, Rupert, Everett trilogy of films starring Andy Serkis we got in the 2000 teens. Uh, it's been about 7 years, just about, since we've explored the Planet of the Apes, and now we're back with new characters and a new story, and finally on the Planet of the Apes. This should be a stellar time, right? Nah, not really. It's not a bad time, but it's not a fun or good time either. Uh, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes gives us characters that we don't really care much about. They don't give us much reason to care about them. It is a paper thin plot that we've seen played out in the previous Planet of the Apes film of my family's been taken, let me go find my family. And then there's the human element of things, where how do apes and humans interact? And I feel like that this series, especially in the last three films, have covered all of that stuff more successfully and with more nuance than they did with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And I don't know whether that's a direction issue with Matt or with Wes Ball, or if that is a writing issue, but there's something about this movie that seems missing. Hell, for all I know, it could be Andy Serkis's Caesar. It's one of those things where you want to love this movie, you want to have more fun with this movie, you want to do all of this stuff, but you just don't get it. Like, you don't get it at all. And I wish there was more fun or entertainment to be had with this. The main character, Noah, we're given like no reason to actually latch on to him as a character, which kind of is upsetting, because when you look at the character, he's like a spitting image of Caesar, even down to the right pectoral, like, you'll see it's like a birthmark scar type deal. It's where you can see more skin than fur. And I feel like they just used the Caesar body and aged it down a bit and changed the facials a little bit. And the idea was to trick you into feeling something for this character. I also feel like the special effects were nowhere near on par with the previous two films at that. There were points in the previous film, War of the Planet, is it War of or War for the Planet of the Apes, that you feel like you're looking at actual monkeys. There are very few moments like that in this film. It is very much a, yes, I'm looking at a CGI monkey. Oh, yes, but I was never fully captured by the movie magic of the apes in this film compared to the other film, the past two films especially. And that's strange considering we are in 2024 and one of those films has not come out since 2017. So what does that say about just how much effort and time and budget was put into how these apes look? Um, I just expected more. Uh, it's very cookie cutter, doesn't take a ton of chances, and seemingly may set up a new trilogy, but it does it in such a sluggish, convoluted way that I wouldn't be shocked if we don't see a Planet of the Apes film for a while. I mean, it took 7 years just to figure out what they wanted to do as a sequel, but it wasn't successful. So it's rough. And I think ultimately Matt Reeves set such a standard with this franchise that it would be hard to surpass it. That's for sure. But you would at least think the studio and filmmakers would be able to match it, and I don't think they got anywhere near matching it. Uh, yeah. If I'm gonna rate this film, I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, or 5 reels, excuse me. As you can see on the poster, if you are watching this on May 8th when this is being posted, you can go check out early access screenings, possibly at your local cinema. So check listings there. I know locally there are 2 cinemas out where I'm at in Cleveland showing it. Valley View and Crocker Park are doing early access screenings, so you can go check those out if you want. But yeah, it sucks being let down like this because I also did revisit the first 3 films before watching it, and they made me cautiously optimistic. I purposely did not watch a lot of the trailers and TV. The only thing I really saw was the same TV spot being played over and over, um, because I had such a fun time with those other 3 films. I've only, and keep in mind, I've only seen before yesterday. I had only seen each of the Matt Reeves ones once each, but they were so powerful, so well directed, and just such an enthralling time at the cinema that they stuck with me on one viewing, and I felt the exact same way when I watched them yesterday. So that's my review for Planet of the Apes. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to us right here on YouTube. So hit that like and subscribe button, but also like our sister channel. Subscribe to it. Watt Gaming. That is Taylor is running our Twitch and the sister channel Watt Gaming, where all of our Twitch streams and whatnot go to live after the fact. So be sure to check that out. And if you haven't already, it's just twitch.tv/WattReelent, like it's spelled right there. So subscribe to that there, and yeah, just have fun at the movies this summer. I'm just one voice. You may like this more than I do, and that's totally fine. But let me know what you think of this in the comments if you've seen it, or if you are going to the fan screenings, any of that stuff. Just let me know in the comments what you think. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes comes out this weekend or tonight, depending on if you're going to one of the early access screenings. And yeah, so signing off, I'm Matt, and this was another Real Review. We'll see you next time.